so gnarly. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another Metal Fan Reacts video with me, Draven. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I mentioned, past couple days, I did a Beth Roar's reaction to a Sabaton Uprising song on Monday, and then I changed things up, went to an NHL hit video reaction to Adam, who does NHL reaction videos and soccer reaction videos and stuff like that. Just to clarify, I had permission from both of them to use their videos in my YouTube videos. I definitely do not want to use someone else's content without their permission first, and they both gave me the clear green light to go ahead and use it. By a popular request, I'm going to be doing a reaction to the song. I know what the song is already. I've already done a reaction to the song. However, when jumping into the Sabaton History channel, I realized that Attack of the Deadman was originally released in Russian by this guy called Radio Tapok or Tapok. I have no idea how to pronounce his last name. I do apologize, but Radio Tapok did a Russian version of Attack of the Deadman before Sabaton released their English version of Attack of the Deadman. I'm really excited to see how the music is going to look and hear it in Russian. I will have English subtitles on, but it's going to be in Russian. I have no idea I don't know a word of Russian. There's a couple people in my chat that said they're from the Ukraine or from Russia or Sweden. Just a little bit of a backstory from when I play video games, or when I played video games a little bit more heavily than I do now. There's a lot of famous StarCraft 2 players, one specifically from the Ukraine and a few from Sweden. And one of my favorite StarCraft 2 players is from Ukraine. Picture with him there. He goes by Whitera on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and stuff like that. And I used to work for a company, a headset company, and we had an office in Ukraine. So I worked with Ukrainian people before. So Ukraine was always a country that I would love to go visit or speak Ukrainian or some kind of European language. But anyway, guys, let's jump right into it. This is going to be Sabaton, the Attack of the Deadman, vocal couple in Russian by Radio Tapok. Should be good.
Is this the Russians been translating our songs?
Yeah, I have to admit these Russians are hard to catch.
So, what should we do with them?
Well, tomorrow we are releasing a new album. I have an idea.
That's so great. So that was their announcement of a new album, was using this Russian guy. So this came out first. And like he's wearing the same pants and the vest and everything. That's awesome. Let's turn that up.
На востоке гром, план Вильгельма обречен. Опьяненные войной, решив, что будет легкий бой, немцы выпустили газ, сотни душ прибрав за раз, и вдруг увидели бойцы, как снова встали мертвецы. Их всех рвет, знав исход, они шли вперед.
This is amazing. Alright, I'm just going to pause it real quick. So, like I mentioned, I don't know a word of Russian, but I think it's absolutely fantastic that how Sabaton was announcing that they're coming out with a new album and a new song. They had, I would assume, a friend of theirs, a guy who does rock covers in Russian. So they had him release this song first. So this song came out before Sabaton's version. Even though it's Sabaton's song, they gave him permission to sing the song, and he sang it in Russian. And this has a really cool vibe to it while singing in Russian, whilst talking about the heroism of the Russian army during this fight. That's absolutely insane. I love that idea.
поля, Гинденбург против царя, и атака мертвецов вергла в панику врагов. Кашляв кровью, сплюнув с губ, каждый знал, что уже труп. Маршируя на врага, штыки шли русские войска. Их всех рвет, знав исход, они шли вперед. Овец, смерть, трупы яд, в атаку шел мертвый отряд. Они шли, чтоб победить, что легко, то уже не убить. Овец, смерть, трупы яд, в атаку шел мертвый отряд. Они шли, чтоб победить, что легко, то уже не убить.
This music video was amazing too, by the way. This looks different though. So gnarly. You guys will have to know by now from me reacting to the Attack of the Dead Man music video or the Attack of the Dead Man history, the Sabaton History channel, exactly what happened during this fight. And to give you a little more backstory, if you don't know much about it, and this is what I've learned from the song, in the Sabaton History song, the German army wanted this fortress, and it would help, it was one of those fortresses that secured this railway, and they wanted this railway to help start moving troops and supplies deeper into Russia. And the Russian army held it, and the Germans couldn't do anything with it. They were launching artillery at it, launching men at it, and could not penetrate this fortress. So the German army waited for the wind to be blowing in the right direction and launched this basically mustard gas, and it crept into the fortress. And how it worked was that it reacted to moisture. So when you breathed it in, it attached to your lungs and then basically started disintegrating your lungs. So every time you took a breath, it made it worse. So every time you took a breath, it was making it worse and worse. And in a panic, the Russian army started pissing on their shirts and then covering their mouths up, which technically helps for certain things. Started pouring water on shirts and doing that, which technically helps for certain things. But for this, made it completely worse or didn't have any effect at all. And these guys were just basically melting from the inside, causes their eyes to bleed, bleeding out the ears, the nose. Apparently the skin started to look deformed, which I think is gnarly. And a lot of the Russian armies just started dying or just being in so much pain they fell to the ground. So then the Germans were like, okay, let's charge. They charged forward. And the little amount of Russians who were not affected by the gas, who were in the back of the forces, just charged because they're like, we're going to lose this fortress. Regardless, if they retreat, they're going to lose the fortress, and they do not want to lose the fortress, so they charged. And the courage of that last battalion of Russian soldiers gave the courage to the guys who were dying or in excruciating pain to stand up and charge with them. And so the Germans were like, those guys just got up, like they're bleeding from their face, they're coughing up blood, and they're attacking. And I guess it was just such a creepy vibe that the Germans turned around and fled, even though it was 4-1, possibly 5-1 in favor of the Germans. The Russians were able to hold. Unfortunately, 2.5 weeks later, they ended up having to forfeit the fortress anyways. And then through the Sabaton History channel, I learned that because of the imperialist Russia, or the would-become Soviet Union of Russia, they actually would destroy historical facts or documents, anything that gave Russia any kind of patriotism. I guess is why they did it. I'm not too sure. So that this battle is actually really hard to research, and it's little half truths here and there, but it's pretty commonly believed this is what happened. But I am curious now that they're opening up the records again and starting to dive into the history of it, like more battles are coming out about Russia pre-1940. Alright, so he does very much like Froggy Studios does, where he does the vocals, the guitarist, the drums himself, and then mixes it all together. There's a Danish YouTuber who I follow a lot, named Leo with the last name I can't pronounce. He goes by Froggy Studios on YouTube. He does the same thing.
Их всех рвет, знав исход, они шли вперед. Лосовец, смерть, трупы яд, в атаку шел мертвый отряд. Они шли, чтоб победить.
So gnarly.
Их убить, лосовец, смерть, трупы яд, в атаку шел мертвый отряд. Они шли, чтоб победить. Что легко, то уже не убить. Лосовец, смерть, трупы яд, в атаку шел мертвый отряд. Они шли, чтоб победить. Что легко, то уже не убить. Лосовец, смерть, трупы яд, в атаку шел мертвый отряд. Они шли, чтоб победить. Что легко, то уже не убить.
That was a great cover. That'd be cool to have him do more songs. I wonder if he has. He's done a Dracula Rob Zombie song. I don't know if I'm going to react to a lot of his songs just because he's singing in Russian. I don't know Russian. Curious though if he's done more Sabaton songs. I know that there is a video of the Attack of the Dead Man being sung by Sabaton during a live concert, and then they brought out Radio to sing part of it, which I thought would be really cool to see live. But either way, guys, thank you so much for that recommendation, and thank you for joining me through that Sabaton history video and recommending Radio. And that's where I learned about them having Radio coming out with a Russian cover before they even released their album or their English music video. But that is so cool that they're able to do that. And what a good way to talk about a song about the Russian army and the heroism of the Russian army during World War I. They let a Russian YouTube artist be the one to announce it and release it. I think that's really cool. One of the things that I really liked when Beth Roars did her video was that it was the uprising song, and they were singing it in Poland. Of course, it's about the Poland uprising, and I think that's fantastic for the Polish people to hear that. And it's really cool to me that Sabaton does that kind of stuff. Either way, guys, you have yourself a wonderful day and a great week. At the end of this video, I will be streaming onto Twitch. That's twitch.tv/DRAVEN. It's the link will be in the description below. I will be playing some Sabaton songs and enjoying my time playing some video games. Come cruise in, come say hi. If you have Twitch, or if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to my channels and get cool little emotes into my chat. Either way, guys, you have yourself a wonderful day and a great week. Peace.